The first film that Edgar Wrights made was in 1995, and it was a spoof western called Fistful of Fingers. It had a theatrical release for a short period of time, and then was aired on the television. This short film caught the attention of Matt Lucas and David Williams, who are comedians and wanted Edgar Wrights to direct their comedy production, Mash and Fuse. This allowed Edgar Wrights to work with BBC, and this led him to meeting Simon Pegg, who got him to work on a sitcom called Spaced. The show was very successful and paved the way for Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg's Cornetto trilogy. This is the series of movies that Edgar Wright is most known for. His next movie was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which was received well by critics but didn't make much of a profit. His most recent movie was Baby Driver, which was successful, profitable, and a good movie. The films are largely chronically accurate films. There are barely any flashbacks, and when there are flashbacks, they are on for a split second. Some of these may not even be flashbacks, as the perspective of the audience may have shifted into the minds of the protagonist, remembering past events the audience has already seen. Also, some characters don't need flashbacks to explain past events, as a few lines of dialogue can give the audience the information they need to understand characters' motivations and why things ended up like how they ended up. A common thing with Edgar in all his movies is that there are many hidden messages in his movies that are not likely to be spotted on someone's first viewing. This is done to make the next viewing to have almost the same amount of enjoyment as the first viewing. Some of these hidden things have taken people years to discover. He uses hidden messages and imagery many times across all his movies. One of these hidden symbols is the three different cornettos. In each movie, Shaun of the Dead has a red strawberry flavored cornetto which represents the blood and gore associated with zombies. Hot Fuzz included blue original cornetto which is a representation of police and the law. The green mint chocolate in World's End is meant to represent the aliens, because aliens were originally thought to be little green humanoids. Another one is the scene in Hot Fuzz, where the police force is getting introduced and this guy gets introduced like this. Without saying anything, Edgar has given audiences a clear idea of what kind of a character he is. Edgar Wright uses quick camera shots to over-exaggerate an action that a character is doing. This makes the scene feel fast-paced and instantly making it more enjoyable than the mid-shot of the character just doing the action. Another filmmaker would have a character enter a car and go to their destination. Edgar Wright would do something like this.
Nicholas, Frank again. One other thing about your cottage. It's not ready.
He uses this form of shooting many times in his films to great effect and is even known for it. The camera in these types of shots are close to mid-shot and are rarely establishing shots. Edgar Wright does this to make the action more fluid and to increase the intensity of whatever is happening while making it look cool. The main purpose of these shots is for comedic purposes, by making a mundane task like getting ready for the day incredibly stylized and exaggerated, which is intended to make every moment of the film enjoyable.
Player 2 has left the game.
Each film in the Cornetto trilogy has the main character overcome some flaw in themselves. In Shaun of the Dead, Shaun is figuratively speaking a zombie. He lives day by day, doesn't try to explore the world unlike his girlfriend, and goes through his day barely using his brain as he doesn't need to. Life to him is a repetitive cycle of each day, until things start to change, which in turn changes Shaun, resulting in him doing his life differently. In Hot Fuzz, Nicholas is an extreme workaholic, to the point where it affects his relationship with his girlfriend, leading to a breakup. When he is transferred to the country and solves a murder case, he starts loosening up and focusing on other things other than work, such as visiting his friend's mother's funeral, which parallels the start of the movie, as one of the main reasons Nicholas broke up with his girlfriend was because he missed her father's funeral. In The World's End, Gary King wants to go back to his high school days, but that isn't possible because time travel doesn't exist and his friends have changed immensely over the years. Also, the world basically ends, so there's no way he can go back to it by the end of it. In conclusion, Shaun of the Dead is overcoming repetition, Hot Fuzz is overcoming obsession, and The World's End is overcoming the past and coming to terms with the present.